Et comment, bienvenue, welcome once again to a live stream. I hope you remember Mr. Richard Pendry, a man who has been in and around the armed forces for a fairly long time. He's been a paratrooper, he's been an advisor, he's a risk analyst at the moment, so running his own consultancy, the Risk Consultancy. But we're not really talking about that today. We're talking about something that's rather remarkable that will be happening in September. Richard, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. You, please, I'm going to throw the ball to you. Explain what it is we're warbling on about.
Okay, so Gareth, thanks for having me here again. Friday afternoon comes on really quick. These weeks are whizzing by. Friday afternoon. Okay, so I'm not talking about my day job today. I'm talking about my passion. Okay, so I've got three things on the go this year which are really important. The first thing, the first YouTube documentary, which is we've started to film it. It'll hopefully come out in March. Is about this gentleman here. I don't know if you can see that, Jack Collins, VC, a local hero of mine. And I've had amazing news today from the Royal Welsh Museum in Carnarvon, and they've also got a branch in Wrexham. And I've got permission to go to see his Victoria Cross and his decorations next week. Taken me ages to get this far, but absolutely amazing. The email came in today and it's all confirmed, so that's brilliant. So I'm off next week to go filming that. That's the first one. I think a couple of weeks ago we spoke about my oh, there it is at the bottom of the screen there. There's 240-mile D-Day anniversary, right. The 80th anniversary of D-Day. I'm going back with SAFA, the Sailors, Soldiers and Air Force Association, the charity, to raise money for them in June. And what I'm going to talk about, the other one that I've had a lot of success with recently is Operation Market Garden. The Bridge Too Far, the 80th anniversary of the Battle at Arnhem and Operation Market Garden. So, although I've got those other things going on, let's talk today about the 80th anniversary of Market Garden, the Battle of Arnhem. Okay, so right now, although I was in my other life proud member of the parachute regiment, I hadn't done any parachuting for years and years and years. Okay, did it in the 1980s, and that was it. Now, I've got a funny story to tell before we actually get to the Arnhem bit. So, Gareth, I think you've got a video there which I want you to show to our
sure
our viewers.
Which one would you want to show? The one with the multiple people jumping out?
Yes, I want you to show that, please, and I'll tell you the background of this as we see it.
Hang on, bear with me. I'm just going to load it up for you.
And so this video was taken in Spain at the back end of 2019.
Is this the one from within the inside of the plane?
Yeah, that's it. Inside of the small plane, and there's a lot of people there in brightly coloured flight suits and stuff like that. Load it up now. Bear with us, guys. This is going to be worth the wait. This is a crazy story. So anyway, I can't help myself. I do get political. Okay, I do get political sometimes, and me ending up being in this aircraft at 15,000 feet, about to jump out with this aircraft doing free fall, was a direct result of my political side. Okay, so Right, so that is me now, just getting up to the door.
So where are we? Where are we at the moment in the
We're in
world?
Spain. We're 15,000 feet above Madrid, on the outskirts of Madrid. People go to Spain because the weather is a lot better. Honestly, never done free fall before.
Right. Here we go.
And there I am. I'm off. There we go. Mad Rich out the aircraft. I've got the two instructors helping me. I think this was the first jump. I did a series of jumps over the week.
What was free fall like when you've never done it
Horrible.
before?
I hated it.
Really?
And I remembered. I actually remembered that I don't like parachuting. I know that people get off on this massively, okay? And I take my hat off them. It's not my thing. When you're in the when you do military parachuting, it's the way you go to work, okay? It's a long, protracted star all day. You get up before dawn. You go and fit. You go to the airstrip. You draw and fit your parachute. You hang around. You load the aircraft. You travel around doing trying to evade radar for several hours. People throwing up next to you. Everybody's airsick, and eventually, by the time you get to throw yourself out the aircraft, it's a godsend because you've had a guts full. Now, this is the other thing that I didn't like about free fall, was that you're up in the air for minutes, for absolute minutes. And when we look at, and we'll look a bit at military parachuting later on, but the objective of a military parachutist is to get onto the ground as quickly as possible. You're jumping out.
Why they go down. Feet. They go down like they are moving blooming fast.
Yeah. So let's go back to this mad story about how I ended up in Spain doing a free fall course.
Okay. Please.
Right. My political opinions got me noticed by the second referendum people, Nick Clegg and all those guys. Okay, so I ended up doing a video for my sins, and I was severely slated by people on social media and all the rest. But it's my opinion, and I stand by it. And anyway, there was an organization called Led by Donkeys, and Led by Donkeys approached me after they saw me. Yeah. They're an activist organization. What they do a lot of is billboards and actually projecting things onto famous buildings. They did it in Cardiff Castle, and they've done it all over the UK. Activist group, and they approached me and they said, "Right, Richard, we understand that you're a paratrooper, ex-paratrooper. Would you like to help us out with the project?" And I said, "Okay, what's the project?" "We'd like you to free fall parachute in to Michael Gove's constituency in Surrey Heath." And I said, "Okay."
Forgive me, but it's just
you have my
does
attention.
That not a little bit sound mad?
Yeah. But the mad thing is, I went and said, "Yeah, I'll do that."
Of course you did.
Right. So this group, they paid me to go off to Madrid, free fall course, blah, 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 restaurant, all the rest of it. And the objective was for me to do a free fall jump into Michael Gove's, in front of Michael Gove's house. There's a cricket pitch and a lovely little, this Surrey Heath is a lovely little village, picture box village. And so I was to do that. But the thing is, you just can't do that. If you want to land into a small area, you have to have thousands and thousands of jumps to be confident enough to actually land into that. I had no chance. It was a jolly, okay? It was a jolly, but it was interesting. It got me out to Spain for a couple of weeks. I went out there and So anyway, it never happened because the logistics and so it didn't happen. So that's the last time.
Oh, I was looking forward to that.
Can you imagine me coming in like James Bond and all the rest of it? I had to give a petition to Michael Gove. It just never happened, right? And if it did, I would have probably been arrested and taken away. But that's another story. I'm used to that.
Well, that's
anyway,
story.
Right. So that's the last time. That's the last time that I did any parachuting. But thanks to Bruce Crumpton and the guys from Combat Dealers, who have an amazing podcast out. Have you got can you put that up for the guys?
Yes.
Yeah. If you like Combat Dealers, you need to check out. You need to check out Amazing War Stories, which is the same guys as Combat Dealers, Bruce, and all the rest of it. So I was in the club recently with Bruce, and I said, Bruce, I really need to jump into Arnhem this year for the 80th anniversary. I forgot to tell you that I actually jumped into D-Day for the 40th anniversary in 1984. So that's great. I'm going back to revisit that.
That was the last time you. That was the last time you jumped, right?
Yeah. No. The last time, no, the military jump. But anyway, so Bruce and the guys are sorting this out for me. So I'm going to be doing a YouTube doco where I'm going to cycle the whole of the 30 call route from Brussels up to Arnhem. And then I'm going to jump into Arnhem and then make my way to the bridge. And all this is with a friend of mine who's a Dutch historian, military expert on everything to do with Operation Market Garden. We're going to be doing that. So as we go up through Brussels, from Brussels up the route, we're going to be stopping at the Son Bridge where the 101st was, and then Nijmegen, the 82nd, and then we finally get to Arnhem Bridge, and then we're going to be doing this amazing sort of tour around. So I'm really, really, really looking forward to that. And I hope, touch wood, that I don't end up like poor Bruce, because he did his jump into Normandy and ended up in hospital for 7 weeks because he landed in a tree, fell out of the tree 38 foot and smashed all his ribs, and he was in a hell of a state. But he's all right now. But yeah. But guys, so check out Amazing War Stories, Incredible War podcasts. It's brilliant. I really enjoy it. If you love Combat Dealers, you need to look at that. Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
so that's what I've got planned. That's what I've got planned this year. Collins VC, D-Day cycle ride, and then to top it all. Oh, and there's another one. I forgot. There's another one which.
Another one.
Yeah. We're doing the Commando 30 miler. Myself, Jamie McAnshan, we've got a few people coming on that as well.
Right.
That's at the planning stage.
I thought Jamie loves this sort of stuff. Jamie loves this sort of stuff.
Stuff like that, Mr. 30 mile. Yeah, so we've got a lot on. So basically, I need people to check in. I'll be coming back from North Wales next week, and I'll give you an update on the medal. I think we're having some technical issues there, Gareth.
Yeah, I think there's some. I think the internet's a bit dodgy. At my end, it seems to be fine. I don't know what it's like at yours.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into my internet problems. I don't want to go naming companies. But I'm going back to BT because it's better.
Well, at least you can rely on something. Well, I've got a series of pictures here that I thought maybe you could help me with.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the.
I've made them into a bit of a slideshow, but maybe you can talk me through them. I'm just going to put them up on the screen. Here we go. Let me just here we go. Let's take a Google Slides. Add Google Slides. Let's do this. Bear with me a tiny
so we're going to
second.
be looking at we're going to be looking at the Douglas C-47, the Skytrain. Anybody that's seen Band of Brothers will be familiar with this. And this was the main troop aircraft of the Second World War, the Dakota, and they're still flying today. Came across them in Afghanistan. They were being used out there by not the military, but civilian airlines to ferry people around to the different locations.
All right. So what have we got here?
There we are. Yeah, so that's the C-47 Skytrain. It's in the black and white stripes are the Normandy colours. And this is the aircraft that I'm going to be planing on and then jumping out. So this instead, it's not going to be free fall this time. It's going to be a static line jump at probably around about 1,200 feet.
Well, static line jump. Does that mean it's safer?
Do you know what? It'll be easier for me because coming from the military background, I jump out the thing with something on your back. You've got the parachute is tied to the it's hooked on to the aircraft, and that deploys your parachute. Instead of when you're doing free fall, you've got to go behind and release your own parachute.
I saw you when you were there. You kept feeling behind to make sure it was there.
Yeah. Well, that's what you do. You go when you're deploying your free fall chute. Your left arm goes up, and the toggle is always on the right hand side, and then you pull it, and then you go. So it's all done for you. It's all done for you. And as I mentioned to you, it's with the aim of military parachuting is to get down as quickly as possible. The longer that you're in the air, the more of a target that you are. So you get out and you get down as quickly as possible. That's some of the guys that jump regularly. They do reenactment for shows and things like that. So an ex-member of the regiment there.
And this
I'm not sure what that particular aircraft is, but it looks
it looks over period.
It'll be a Second World War. But there's guys that love this. They do their reenactment, and I think you've got a video of the C-47 over Arnhem. This is the actual jump into Arnhem itself.
Okay, let me see if I can quickly load that up for you.
And I've actually been on the C-47 on a number of occasions in different museums and stuff, but I've never flown in one, and I've never jumped out of one. So it's a really big thing for me. Excited about it.
Wow, look at that. So these are static lines, aren't they?
Yeah.
Look at that. Like huge jellyfish.
I can't actually see anything there, Gareth. There's nothing on my screen.
Oh no, it's definitely there.
Oh, there we are.
That's it. I might replay it again. Actually, there we go. Look.
Yeah, there you go. So there's the Dakota.
What were you deployed from in the war? In the Falklands? What were you deploying from there?
Oh no! I mean, the parachute regiment until recently used the Hercules C-130, but that was I think last year was the last sort of. I
know they're discontinuing them. They were mothballing them, weren't they?
Yeah. So that's that. So I just want to we keep in touch. We'll be putting some stuff out on richardcpendry.com, and I'm on Twitter, Facebook.
I'm going to give another shout out to Amazing War Stories. If you guys, I've already started on one since Richard pointed me to them earlier. I'm going to be listening to one of those this evening. Apparently they've reworked the audio so it feels like it's surrounding you, so you really feel like you're in the middle of it all. I think they call it 4D or something. Amazing sound. I can't wait to listen to some more. Please do support Richard. Every little helps. if you can find 10 or 20 or to support this, it's thoroughly worthwhile. It supports the Armed Forces charity, which are, let's face it, they're our last bastion against the mad dogs of the universe. So we need to support them. We need to support the people who've had to go through that process and not fared so well. So look, I would suggest, if possible, we can dip our hands in our pockets. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks, Richard. It's always been a bit of an education since we started this thing anyway. And yeah, I can't wait to hear more stories after you've done this. When are you doing this this cycle ride again?
So we got Collins VC. The doco will be coming out in March, inshallah. We've got D-Day beginning of June. That's all going to be documentary as well, and then we've got the Arnhem jump in September, mid-September. The date of the anniversary is the 17th of September.
Well, look, thank you very much for this little bit of a free history lesson. I quite enjoyed that. And I look forward to hearing more. I want to hear about your preparations for this thing. Oh my God, are you going to be saddle sore? But until the next one, we tend to do these kind of podcasts and these vidcasts on a Friday. So watch out for next week's one, because there'll be more interesting stuff ahead. Until next week, I wish everybody a safe and wonderful weekend, of course, and good mental health. Thank you very much, Richard. Bye-bye now.